Hello ladies and gentlemen, Willie here. Botting in World of Warcraft Classic. It's been about since day one, but with each passing month, it appears to only be on a more ever upwards trend. Remember that huge ban wave that was reported by Blizzard, the one where they banned 74,000 accounts? Yeah, that was midway through June. Feels like we are a bit overdue for some more action. Not to say that players haven't still been vigilant about it, there is still plenty of posts flying about, screenshots of Blackrock Depths or of Skolo packed to the brim with ungilded characters. It's hardly been a hidden fact, yet it's just so prevalent still in the game. Though certain things are being changed now, which makes me hopeful for TBC, this is one area where improvements are sorely needed. And with the recent changes to multi-boxing, there were many people out there who would have hoped this would affect the botting market. And I feel like I keep saying this, but they're two different things. Bots are running bot clients that aren't interdependent on each other's characters running. Each one's doing its own thing. I mean, go and look at the price of Frostmaul Echo, one of the items that greatly benefited from multi-boxing. It's not changed significantly. It was a far larger hit to people still at their keyboards rather than botters. Saying all this though, as we're approaching Phase 6 and Naxxramas very soon, surely there will be some drop off in the number of bots simply by the virtue of far less demand for items being farmed, or there being just less demand. Well, unless we see some new record GDKP runs in Nax, can't wait to see the amounts of gold people will have for things like Might of Menethil, Hammer the Twisting Nether, or Kingsfall, just to name a few. It's always the last boss dropping the big weapons, isn't it? But the big reason I wanted to do a new update vid on bots is simply because of some clips that were circulating and that I was also sent recently. There is automation in instances and teleporting to loot below ground, but it's all kind of out of sight. Can't even report the rogues inside BRD since they practically live there. But this, well, check this out. Welcome to the wonderful sights of Azeroth, Episode 1. You join me today on a cold winter afternoon as we witness a truly rare event. The great migration of the level 1 dwarf rogues to the east. They have been nesting here for some time now in their homestead of Dunmorrow. But as the cold of winter grows in, they take flight to warmer pastures, most likely to join their brethren and settle in Blackrock Mountain until the spring thawing commences. This is truly one of the most breathtaking natural spectacles one can see on the whole of Azeroth. And yet their numbers dwindle with each passing season. Times are changing, and with it, their home. You can support these rare level 1 dwarf rogues by continuing to pay botters for pool boosting. With your support, we can save their homes and keep these truly wonderful creatures alive. Thank you. So this is something else. This took place on a bunch of different North American servers just before the weekly honor reset. Apparently this was going on for a number of hours as well, with a consistent stream of rogues flying off into the distance after they spawn. There's a bunch of footage out there for this from different servers like Whitemane or Pagel, big servers at that. Servers that would have a lot of players ranking and benefiting greatly from an increased pool size. I also heard that this was happening on EU as well as of the last reset. If these rogues were made to go and farm BRD, you would think they were bot to level 10 and then be instance boosted the rest of the way to 60. So where are they going then? I'd have to guess it'd be a nearby graveyard. The whole idea of pool boosting is that if a character has 15 honourable kills or more, they will count towards an active PvPer for the server for that week. PvP ranking points are awarded based upon a percentage cutoff of the total honour earners for the week. So the real TLDR is the more people you have in the PvP pool, the more people can earn a higher number of ranking points and get to their desired rank sooner. I always feel kind of obliged to go over this as it's not a very intuitive system if you don't already know this. So fly rogue to graveyard, get 15 honourable kills, delete character, go again, PvP pool gets boosted, people at high ranks happy. That's at least what it seems to be. Maybe I'm off the mark here, but I don't think so. It would be very easy for Blizzard to confirm this is the case. None of these characters will exist anymore and will only have a very short amount of playtime total. Now, you might remember about 1 month ago, Blizzard actually announced that they were going to make it so deleted characters no longer counted towards the PvP pool. I did a video, of course, and I explained all the goods and bads of this decision there. And I fully expected that that was it for pool boosting through deleting characters because, like I say in the video, be mad at people paying botters to pool boost, not Blizzard for making this change. But then they decided in the end to not go ahead with it, which really surprised me, though they did say, "We'll let you know as soon as we've developed a solution to the issue of non-existent characters being counted." Thing is, all of these accounts are burners, they are not intended to last. Even the characters they make are only for one very specific reason, and will be deleted within the hour of being made. But if Blizzard do go back on their word and decide that the pool is closed once again, I mean, paying botters to do this is more than just shooting yourself in the foot. It's like dropping a ton of bricks on your foot and then blaming somebody else because it hurts. On top of this, and I see this mentioned quite frequently, so want to bring it up, these guys aren't paying a full price for a sub. Now, I know you might say they are buying WoW tokens, but that still means somebody somewhere has paid real money to make that WoW token exist. But what they could be doing instead is buying a sub in a region where it's considerably cheaper. Argentina, for instance, where a sub at the moment comes around to about $2 US, not the 15 that you are so used to hearing about. So an account has to make considerably less before it becomes profitable. You're seeing why this is so widespread now. But all of this doom and gloom aside, there was a big ban wave recently. Actually, yeah, it was just legit players that got banned for the most part. Entire raid teams being taken offline before the reset. But what for? Terrain exploitation. Keep in mind the footage you just saw and players getting banned for this now. I'm quoting from a blue post as to why the bans were issued. Large groups of guild members are all penalised around the same time. It's because they have been found to have exploited the game terrain, such as going through walls, going underground, or otherwise circumventing the normal mechanics of the game. So this is, interesting. Now, if you're on a PvP server and raid AQ40, especially with world buffs, you know you don't just run there from Cenarian Hold. Oh no, you get a summon. However, PvP server, remember, so how are you going to keep your summoning ults and world buffs safe? You hide them in places which are really hard to get to. This is pretty common knowledge at this point, and both Horde and Alliance dodge PvP just as much as each other to go into AQ40 with buffs. Players have been scouting safe summoning spots in and around the walls for AQ40 before it was even released. However, guilds on PvE servers also got hit with this ban, so I don't think Blizzard really cares too much about this, because guilds on PvE realms still summon, of course. World buffs are always counting down when you're logged in. They can just do it outside the raid portal, not on top of the wall or something. Which brings me to my second possible speculation, which I've also heard is a thing in Classic. Does anyone remember back in Vanilla, the guild Overrated, famous for editing the MPQ files and effectively removing the floor from underneath Skyrim so they could get straight to Cthulhu? Yes, they literally edited the game file so they didn't have to do the instance and could clear in no time at all, instead of the 4 hours a member mentions here in a post. Blizzard found them out and they were permabanned for it. Not too surprising. Now, I don't know about editing the game files these days, I really hope that isn't a thing. However, there are known ways to clip through walls using certain potions and various techniques. Remember, Cthulhu's room is directly below Skyrim. If you were to get a warlock and 2 other people down there, the rest of your raid can also be down there in a few minutes. I don't want to go into detail on how it may be possible, but it's very bannable though, so I wouldn't recommend doing it, as it looks like Blizzard is trying to crack down on this kind of thing, if the latest ban wave is anything to go by. Still though, the ban wave affected so many people, and it looks already though the majority have been overturned, so whilst it may have been in response to one of these 2 things, it looks like far too many people got caught in it, and that it was a bit of a mistake on Blizzard's part. We will have to see if this blatant pool boosting is still a thing on the next Honor reset again. We've only got up to the TBC pre-patch to do this kind of thing anyway. After that, the whole ranking system gets binned, thankfully. You'll have to let me know if you've seen anything like this firsthand as well, and maybe it's just a lot more widespread than I even give it credit for. Anyways, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one very soon. If you like what you see, do give the video a like and subscribe, as there will be plenty more to come. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.